Cybersecurity has genuinely taken this monumental shift in the last 18 months to 2 years even. And the reality is that what it took before to get a job may not be what it's taking today to get a job. Like, you have to be different, you have to stand out somehow, and your approach really has to be, in my opinion, tailored and specific. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss what this tailored and specific approach is all about. I'm going to talk to you about some of the challenges that I see people are having today and how I would go about solving those problems. In the video, we are going to go through one of my most recommended hands-on labs platform. Hint, hint, this is one of the biggest challenges. This video is not sponsored, but later on, I am going to give you some discounts. So definitely keep watching. Hey everyone, I am Vanisha. I'm a cloud security architect. I'm the founder of CyberQueen, and I am your cybersecurity bestie. I help you succeed in cybersecurity. Now, it has dawned on me that many of you watching right now, you haven't clicked that button called subscribe. So if you like this content, then definitely hit that subscribe button. It is free and it really helps me out to reach more people so that more people like you can watch this video. All right, now first things first, here is what your challenge is. Unfortunately, in the world of cybersecurity today, you're not unique enough. I'm sorry to say that as bluntly as that, but you're just not unique enough. And if you are not unique enough, then it means you're not gonna stand out and you're not the person that employers are looking for. You see, gone are the days where being unique or being different or having a certain approach or trying to stand out in security was frowned upon. Because yes, there were the good old days where being different was kind of weird and it was kind of frowned upon. But now that is the core requirement. Your brand will help you to get a job in security, especially if you are brand new. And why is this? Why is it specifically if you are brand new? Well, the reality is that people who know people employ the people that they know. People ask people that they know who they know, and then they employ those people. So yes, that was a mouthful, but it's no joke. Like, it was intended. Because in reality, referrals in the cybersecurity industry is massive. And so if you don't have any option to be referred, then you have to be unique. You have to be different. So you have to have a brand. You have to go and speak to people. You have to network with people so that you can get into a network of people that can help you to get a job. That's the one way. The one way is to really network really, really hard, meet people online, meet people at conferences, and then stand out and get a job. Now, if you're not networking, then throughout your application process and journey, you have to be different. All right. So with the emphasis on being different, let's get into this. Now, let's recap just briefly. Why is it that I think people are not succeeding anymore? If you consider the landscape of entry-level roles that there are these days, and when I say entry-level, I'm even going to go as far as going companies that demand skills from people that are like 0 to 3 years or 4 years of experience, right? Let's call those beginner/entry-level roles. There are thousands of people. Like, so if you can imagine the job here, and then you imagine all of the thousands of people that's working towards getting this single one job. And so if you are just among those thousands of people, it's really hard. Like, you're going to struggle to stand out. Now imagine someone coming from the side here because they know someone who knows someone at this company. That's the network approach, right? So they make a difference in that way that they might get the attention because they know someone who knows someone, so they get the attention. Or on the other side, that might be you. So you don't know someone who knows someone at the company, but you have taken a different approach because you have created a brand. And you have skills, you have hands-on skills, you have demonstrable hands-on skills, you have a repository, you are creating your resume out there online, visible on the internet for anyone to see. And when they search up your name, they can see who you are, they can see the skills that you have, and you give them easy access to your skills and your portfolio. These don't even have to be long-term skills. Like, you don't have to work on these for more than 3 or 6 months or whatever. These can be short-term skills that you've just recently gained, but they need to be visible. You need to be visible. And so That is truly, truly important. Creating your brand and creating the visibility for yourself to stand out from others is going to be super, super important. The next thing that's going to be really important, and the part that I'm really excited to share with you today, is gaining hands-on skills. I get so many questions like, how do I create a lab? How do I document my skills? Like, how do I work on skills? Like, do I need a computer to build a lab? Like, do I need to build a virtual machine? Like, what is the case here? There are so many platforms that can help you with either gaining skills from a knowledge and certification perspective or gaining access to online hands-on labs. And one of those platforms are Whizlabs. Now, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, this is not a paid partnership with Whizlabs. However, Whizlabs was kind enough to gift me a 30% discount for anybody who's watching this video today and who wants to access their platform. Whizlabs already provides such low cost access to training resources, practice exams, and lab environments, and with 30% discount, you are certain to get a whole lot of knowledge and experience without having to pay that much. But let's start with what Whizlabs is. So Whizlabs is an extremely popular platform offering practical labs and certification training in fields like cloud computing, cybersecurity, and software development. So you will get hands-on experience with real-world scenarios. Whizlabs offers practical labs that mirror real-world challenges, which are really important for anyone that's serious about cybersecurity. This approach helps you to build tangible skills by working directly with cybersecurity scenarios. Then we have certification prep. Now, Whizlabs is also known for its resources that's geared towards certification exams like AWS, Microsoft Azure, CompTIA Security Plus, CCSP, CISSP, and so many more. They have practice exams and lab environments that you can use to prepare, exercise, and which makes it easier for you to ultimately pass the exam and also feel confident about the knowledge that you've gained in the process. Then Whizlabs also provides accessible and user-friendly interfaces. So the labs and resources are structured in a way that makes it easy to start, even for complete beginners. It is really simple and it allows you to dive straight into practical exercises without any technical complexities or hurdles. Then there's a range, and I mean a range of topics covered with consistent updates. The platform covers broad spectrum topics, updates, and its contents reflect the latest industry standards and the latest cybersecurity information and access to the latest threat information. So this means that you are really staying updated and current with evolving cybersecurity trends. Now, Whizlabs, as I've mentioned before, is extremely affordable for the type of quality content that is provided. Compared to other lab-based platforms, Whizlabs is budget-friendly without compromising on quality. It's a really solid choice for those that are looking for practical learning experiences without having any heavy financial commitment. Now, if you are interested in accessing the discount code for Whizlabs, I will put it here on screen. It is CyberQueen, and you can get access to a 30% discount by watching this video and going to the link in the description. All right, now let's have a look at Whizlabs in action. So you can access Whizlabs at the link in the description to get the 30% discount. But when we first go ahead and look at the most pressing question here, which is the pricing plans. Now, Whizlabs, as I mentioned, offers pricing for a really low price. And with my discount code, you can still get an additional 30% off here. It's currently running on a special. So get the offer and save some money in order to get your learnings going and get access to any of the labs that you want to do right now. But from a training library perspective, and I'm logged into my Whizlabs account now. So from a training library perspective, you can filter here based on what type of hands-on labs there are, and you can see there are literally so many hands-on labs, especially when it comes to cloud, right? For cloud computing and cloud security information, there's so many hands-on labs. Then there are different cloud sandboxes, literally in different cloud environments. You can get specific cloud computing training, including if you go and focus specifically on cloud security, then you see some education around certificate-based information around CCSP, CCSK, etc. Then we also have cybersecurity specific topics, right? So from a cybersecurity perspective, they have information around CISSP. You can get information around the CEH, whichever one you are looking into, there is information available here. Then we also have, there's so many more you can filter for from a Microsoft perspective, etc. But if we look at the hands-on labs, I'm just going to go to Azure Cloud for Beginners, right? So here's what you can see, what you can now get in as part of the hands-on labs. So as part of this training, you will get access to 35 hands-on labs. You will be able to have this interactive learning experience. It's self-paced, etc. So this is for like fresh engineering graduates, for complete beginners who's trying to get information and hands-on labs in the cloud space. Then it's also for people who want to specifically specialize, of course, in Microsoft Azure from a cloud computing perspective, etc. You can see what the hands-on labs cover and what's available in the course, and you can then make an informed decision if this is something that you want to choose for yourself. Now, there are different options for different types of training. So when it comes to cloud security, there may be a lot of hands-on labs available. However, when it comes to cybersecurity and CISSP as an example, there may not be hands-on labs involved, but what there is kind of the complete video course of 114 videos itself. And then you also have 10 practice quizzes available. And here you can see all of the videos that's available as part of the CISSP course, which we know is a massive course covering the 8 domains. And then you also have practice tests and quizzes available. So ultimately, Whizlabs is a really fantastic platform if you want to get hands-on labs, you want to prepare for any of your certifications, or you simply just want to do some practice tests for your CompTIA Security Plus certification. Definitely do check it out. Use the discount code in the link down below and get access to really low cost training. All right, next up, I want to talk about your resume and portfolio. It's really, really important that once you have gained, whether it's the skill certification or your hands-on lab, that you are able to put this information somewhere that's kind of easily accessible for an employer to get access to, right? So I have a few different places that I recommend doing this, and it's really not as complex as people think. A lot of people think that it is really complicated to document your skills, and people overthink this step, but don't overthink it. Just simplify it for yourself a little bit and think that documenting my skills is what an employer wants to know that I can do, right? So documenting your skills is about what you can do. Like getting certifications is about what you know. Documenting your skills and showcasing that is about showcasing what you can actually do should an employer hire you to get a job. So can you build a virtual machine? Can you provision a storage account in the cloud? Can you secure that storage account? Can you provision a key vault? Can you secure the key vault? Can you configure the key vault with the best practice security settings? Those are basic things that you might be doing already when you are doing practice labs or things like that. And you just need to be able to document that. So today you have provisioned your Azure cloud subscription. You have just deployed a storage account, key vault. You have configured it with private endpoints or no public access or completely limited public access. You are using customer managed keys instead of Microsoft managed keys, etc. Then this is what you write down. When it comes to identity, you write down what Entra ID is and how Entra ID works and the best practices for that. And these are sequence of events, and I will show you here my GitHub repo of where I have documented kind of information about Microsoft Entra ID, how it works, how I understand it. I'm sharing my knowledge firstly so you can learn, but secondly so that in the future I can share this with someone who's looking to employ me, and they can see by me talking to you and understanding this and sharing this information with you, it's also demonstrating my understanding of this, right? So unfortunately, the reason why the landscape is so difficult is because people don't have the luxury anymore to wait for someone for that long to upskill. Yes, you can be a fast learner, and yes, you can learn on the job for sure. Those opportunities do exist. They are still there. I'm a firm believer of people getting into the industry with zero experience. So I'm definitely not a gatekeeper or naysayer. However, if that's not you, then this is who I'm talking to, right? I'm talking to you who's been struggling and not really sure why you're struggling. And so these are some of the reasons as to why you're struggling. Like, you might not be different enough, you might not be standing out, and you might not be creating a great brand for yourself right now, and that creates a lack of visibility for yourself. And you might not have the skills, you might have done so many certifications, but you are still lacking the skills. And so that is the issue that we have. So with this, what I want you to do is firstly, consider this. Do you have the right level of education required in order to do the job that you are applying to? So this could be a degree, certification, or maybe you're self-educated and have no certification, but you've done some education. That's the educational requirement. So if you have a check in the box there, then we move to the next step. Do you have the skills required to do the work? So if you want to work as a security analyst, you need to have some type of hands-on security defender skills. Or if you want to work in cloud security, you can go to Whizlabs and you can practice hands-on so that you can demonstrate your hands-on skills and capabilities. But do you have the skills needed to do the job that you are applying to? If you have a check in the box there, that's great. You've done more than what a lot of other people have done. But now, how will you be different? How will you stand out? Are you going to go to networking events, meet people, put yourself out there, be different, go and ask a ton of questions to a hiring manager that's at a booth of a security company that's standing there and trying to sell things, but you are going to ask them very strategic questions, technically challenge them, be different, be unique, stand out. Is that what you're going to do? Or are you going to create your brand online and make yourself visible? Write your blogs, write into your GitHub repo, share that information online, create this cybersecurity resume for yourself so people can know and see who you are when they search you up. Put that link in the top of your resume, and that's how you stand out. And then once you apply for a job, send a message to the recruiter, send a message to the hiring manager to say, hey, I just want to let you know that I've applied for this job. This is my skills and portfolio. I think I'd be a great fit. That is what makes you unique. That is what makes you different. And so I really want you to work through those steps and ask yourself if you've checked off those boxes, and then go ahead and start again and apply for the job again. And I guarantee you that this will make such a big difference in your journey to looking for the right cybersecurity job, being the right fit for an organization, and actually getting the job. Alright friends, I hope you found this helpful and enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out Whizlabs and get your 30% discount. All the links are down below. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you have any content suggestions, drop those in the comments too. I'm happy to look at it. I'm happy to answer your questions or make videos about whatever you guys want to see. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who wants to see it. And that is it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.